All right, good morning, everyone. I've got you going on Facebook and on YouTube live as well. So welcome this morning to our practice. The light's pretty bright. Let's turn that down. Okay. If this is your first time, please make sure you've read the disclaimer. Basically, don't start a yoga practice or any sort of exercise program without consulting your doctor first. And also, please modify as you need to. So if you haven't already, go ahead and grab your props if you have blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use books, pillows instead of bolsters, towels instead of blankets. Hello, all that great stuff. Hi. And then we'll just get started. Today we're going to do a little more of a slow flow, but slow doesn't really mean easy. So we're going to move, at a little slower pace and hold things a little bit longer. But again, modify as you need to. If the leg's up and you need the leg down, etc., do what you need to do. Okay, but we will start in seated today. Something comfortable seated for you, maybe on a block works best for you, or on the floor. We may or may not have a visitor coming in and out too, as always. All right, so sitting nice and tall through the spine, as tall as available. Rooting down into the sits bones, so the bones in your bottom that you sit on. Again, tall spine, chin slightly towards chest, and then rest the hands on the knees with the palms open, facing up. So more of a gesture to receive or an openness to what will come up in your practice today, okay? Close the eyes and begin to listen to your breath. Just notice it. Are your inhales shorter than the exhales? Are they uneven? And then see if you can start to slowly bring your breath into a nice, even, steady pace. Equaling the lengths of your inhales and the exhales. And start to let the breath move in and out through the nose. The back of the throat's contracting as you breathe, your Ujjayi breath. It's sort of like you're fogging up a mirror, but with the lips closed. And as you continue that nice steady breath in and out through the nose, the back of the throat contracting, so just that ha sound at the back of the throat, begin to link your movements to your breath. So as you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, take the hands down to your heart center. Yes. Inhale the arms back up overhead. And exhale, twist to the right. Left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Back up in center, inhale. Remember the breath guides the movement. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, arms up. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, begin to rise up and then come forward onto the hands and knees in tabletop position. The shoulders lining up over the wrists and the hips line up above your knees. As you draw the belly in, create a nice long neutral spine. So from root all the way through to the crown. As you inhale, next breath, lower the belly, lift the chest, peel the shoulders back. And exhale guides you into a rounded spine, chin towards sternum, lengthen your tailbone. Again, inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart. So cow pose. Exhale into cat, press the floor away from you, round the spine, belly to spine. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, round. 2 more like that. Inhale. You go ahead. I'll be right there. Go ahead. I'll be right there. No. And exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, lower the belly. And exhale, round the spine. Apparently there's monsters in the toilet and I have to kill them. Come back to neutral. Inhale. Curl your toes under as you begin to lift the hips. Draw the legs back, downward facing dog. Let the head release, or the neck release, so the head drops. And reach your head towards the floor as you look up towards the belly button, or somewhere between the knees and the belly button. Creating that nice crease at the hips. If you need to bend the knees a bit. Feet are about hip distance. Spread the fingers. Create a nice, strong, and exaggerated anchoring down through the base of the index fingers. Then come forward to plank as you inhale. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Strong legs. Lift the hips. Press back. Downward facing dog. Good. Again, plank pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, press back. Take several steps and walk your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. Separate the feet hip distance. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Hip distance is about the distance of 2 fists between the feet. Then bend your elbows. Let your hands rest in your elbow creases. Let the head drop. Again, release the neck. Maybe sway a little side to side or shake the head yes and no. Just let go of any tensions that might still be holding on. Two more breaths here. And release the hands. Inhale, lengthen. So think long spine, send sternum forward, lift the belly, and exhale, fold. Lengthen again, inhale. That could look like a lot of things. Your palms could be flat, your hands could be at your shins, maybe even your thighs. Exhale, fold back in. Come all the way to standing. Inhale. And bring your feet together and arms down to your sides, mountain pose, Namaste. Exhale. Arms back up, breathe in. Take your palms together and your hands to your heart center. Exhale, close the eyes, spread your toes. Anchor down into the feet, stand tall. So lifting energy from the floor or the earth. Lift the ribs. Let the shoulder girdle just settle on top of the rib cage. Notice where you're putting your weight into your feet. Try and find a balanced weight. Big toe base, pinky toe base, inner outer heel. Arch is lifting. And open the eyes, taking arms down to your sides. Again, Samastihiti, your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Lift the gaze, palms could touch. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana, hinge at the hips. Inhale, lengthen, sternum forward, long spine. And step the left foot back as you exhale. Lower the knee down, uncurl the back toes. Inhale, rise up. Maybe you use the thigh first or just reach the arms up. And then as you sink down into your squared off hips, grow and lengthen through the sides of the waist. Ground through the front foot. Possibly you magnetize your front heel and your back knee towards each other to get a little bit deeper into that left hip flexor and thigh. Next, exhale, hands down, floor or blocks. Shift your hips above your back knee and lengthen your front leg. I say lengthen or long leg often because straight may not be available for you. And that's okay, right? We find what is long for you today. If it is available, pull the toes back towards your knee, so get even more length into the back side of the leg. Keep the hips square, draw the breath in a long spine. And then exhale, maybe you fold forward. One more breath. Inhale, walk forward, reestablish that lunge, lift the back leg, engage. Plant the left palm down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Shoulder blades hug your spine, the belly lifts. The bases of your big toes ground down into the floor. Good. Next, exhale, the right hand will come down. Bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Then lengthen, long spine. Inhale, exhale, fold. Long spine again. Inhale, and step your right foot back. Exhale, lower the knee and uncurl the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Again, sinking the hips, grow and lengthen through the sides of the waist. Ground your front foot. Maybe you magnetize your front heel and your back knee. There's the breath. Listen for the ha sound at the back of the throat as you breathe. Exhale, hands down. Shift your hips above your back knee. Lengthen your front leg. Option to stay. Peel the toes back or lengthen again. And fold, exhale. I didn't mention on the other side, but if you ever have trouble with your knee on the mat or on the floor, you could put a hand towel and fold it over to create a little cushion. If you don't have some sort of like gel knee pad or something like that, towels can be helpful to create that cushion. Go ahead and lift up as you inhale, establish a lunge, exhale, planting the right palm down, strong back leg. Inhale the left arm up. Again, shoulder blades hug the spine, feet press, belly scoops. Next, exhale, hands to the floor. Step your feet together. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Stand all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, arms down. Namaste. Taking the arms back up, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale, down the legs. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. And step back into plank pose, exhale. Hold in plank strong, inhale. Ground through the bases of the index fingers, press back. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bend your right knee, ground your left heel towards the mat. And then switch. Come forward to plank, inhale. Lower your knees down into tabletop as you exhale. And then send your right leg way back into the air. Inhale, really find some space, some length. And exhale, bring the knee forward to nose. Inhale, press the leg back. Exhale, knee forward to nose. Once again, inhale the leg back. Exhale, knee forward to nose, pause. Leg back, inhale, and then you're gonna sweep it out to the right, exhale. So it could line up with your knee. Walk the hands in, come to stand on the knee, ground through the foot. And then taking the right arm down the leg, reach up and over with the left. So you're lifting up out of the waist, strong legs, especially that right one. Keep the foot grounding, try and keep the arch lifting. And bringing the hands down, walk them over to the left. Plant the left wrist under your shoulder, reach the right arm up, and then over, reaching the right hand over to the left. Right hand down, walk forward to center. Keep the hips high up in the air, walk the hands forward, start to melt your chest towards the floor. Keep the shoulders drawing away from the ears. Press into the hands, rise up, walk it back in. Sweep the right leg back on an inhale breath. One time, knee forward to nose, exhale. Press the floor away from you through your palms. Inhale the leg back, and then lower the knee down. Good, other side, left leg lifts up, inhale. Stay long through the right side as well, knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, leg back. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale the leg back. Knee to nose, exhale. And then inhale, reach the left leg back. Sweep it over to the left. Good. Walk it up. Come to standing. Well, on your knee. Take the left hand down the leg, reach up and over with the right. Again, lifting up and out of the waist. Steady breathing. Bring the hands down, walk over to the right. Plant the right palm down under the shoulder, reach the left arm up, and then over. Ribs and belly in. Keep planting that outer edge of the left foot down so the arch stays lifting. Bring the hand back down, walk it to center, and then walk forward, planting through the palms a bit. And then go ahead and melt the chest towards the mat. Press into the palms, rise up, walk them back into tabletop. So under shoulders, Sweep the left leg back as you inhale. Bring the knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, sweep the leg back. And then lower it down to the floor, exhale. One cat-cow, lower the belly, inhale. Round the spine, chin to sternum, exhale. Come back to neutral, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Lift the hips way high, draw the legs back. And then lift the kneecaps and ground the heels towards the floor. Option one, stay here. Option two, inhale, come forward to plank again. As you bend the elbows, lower into chaturanga, keep the legs strong. Up dog, broaden the collarbones. Downward facing dog, exhale back. Everyone lift your right leg up, inhale. Right knee to nose, exhale. Step the foot forward. Back knee could come down if you would like, or inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers, take the hands to the back of the head. Open the elbows, lift the heart, draw the low belly up and in. Good, again, option to stay, or as you exhale, bend the back knee and tap. Inhale, press through the feet to come back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Up. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. All the way down. Everybody. Reach the arms. Inhale. Hands to heart center. Exhale. Begin to twist. Left elbow or shoulder goes outside the knee. If that's not available, take your right hand to your right thigh and press the left hand like you're stopping traffic out to the right. Keep the hips square. Lower abdomen is drawing up and in. If you want to add on, these are just options, back leg lifts. If the shoulder's outside the knee, maybe the left palm plants and the right arm reaches. Option for binds. Good, hold there and breathe. Find the bases of your big toes, ground down. Then look down as you inhale. Release the hands to the mat, exhale. Sweep your right leg up and back, inhale. Peeling the hip open, bend the knee, take the heel over towards your left glute. Keep your left leg active, ground the heel. Tendency is going to be for that right shoulder to lift. Try and keep it in line with your left. Inhale, come forward, three-legged plank, right leg hovers, left knee could come down and pulse the right leg. Right foot to the floor, downward facing dog, draw all the way back. Before we do the other side, knees down to the mat. Option, child's pose, you could stay in down dog, 5 breaths. Inhale, rise up. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Bring the left knee into your nose, exhale, and then step the foot forward. Back knee could come down or not. Ground through the feet. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Interlace the fingers, bring them to the back of the head. You hurt your big toe? Open the chest. Breathe steady. Hold. Option, exhale. Tap the back knee. Inhale, lift up. Ground through your feet. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And all the way down as you exhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Take the hands to the heart center. Right elbow or shoulder outside the knee. Create your twist. All right, gazing down, inhale, hands to the floor, step back, 3-legged plank. Actually, left leg up and back first. Begin to peel the left hip open, bend the knee, take your heel towards the glute. Shoulders draw back evenly. Make sure you're pressing the inner hands, thumb and first finger, that L shape. Especially that base of the index fingers. Now come forward to 3-legged plank. Right knee could be down or super activated. Legs, shoulders forward, and then pulse. 5. Bring the feet down, inhale. Downward facing dog. Press back, exhale. Stay here or child's pose, knees down. Exhale, hips to heels and melt the heart forward. Inhale, rise up. Downward facing dog again, exhale. Then look forward, lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, Ardha, lengthen. Uttanasana, exhale, fold. Stand all the way up as you inhale, reach. And arms down to your sides, exhale. Chair pose, inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. So long tailbone, belly lifting, chest lifts. Draw the shins back. Bring your hands to your heart center, a little deeper bend to the knees, and then step to the right, goddess pose. So as you bend the knees, line up your toes with your knees. You're gonna have the hands at heart center for today. Steady breathing. If you want a little more ground through the feet, especially your heels, and then magnetize them. So the inner thighs are gonna get nice and activated. Lengthen the legs. Right side, extended side angle. So my left foot's now parallel to the edge of the mat. Right knee bends, right toes face directly open. Right forearm to the thigh, left arm reaches, option 1. Option 2, hand to the floor. And then extend the angle. So ground through the foot, reach through the fingertips, shoulder away from the ear. Rotating the rib cage open, pull the belly in. Keep connected to the outer edge of that left foot. Inhale, rise up, straighten your right leg. Turn your right heel out, parallel the foot off. Left toes open. Next, exhale, bend the knee, extended side angle, left side. How's the breath? Inhale, rise up, straighten the left leg, bring the hands to the hips, turn both toes forward. So the feet are parallel or the toes may turn in slightly. Lift the crown of the head. And exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lengthen or blocks. Exhale, fold in. So if the head comes down easy and you know there's still quite a bit of roundness in the spine, you can make your stance a little shorter. If the head seems very far from the floor, maybe you make your stance a little wider, okay? But not only are you working the length of the legs, we're working the length of the spine as well. And keeping that energy actively lifting through pelvic floor, up and in through low belly as we do our entire practice. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale there, hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, feet together. Namaste Yogis. Namaste Yogis. Arms up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, exhale. Arms back up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Do it with me. Inhale, lengthen. And then step back, plank pose, or downward facing dog. If you're in plank, maybe you hold there for the inhale and lower chaturanga, exhale, up dog, and then down dog. Meeting together and down dog.
I'm so tired.
You're tired. Reach the right leg up, inhale, you can lay down. Exhale the right knee forward behind your right wrist for pigeon. Release the hips down and the back leg. So your left leg should go straight back from your hip. Maybe peek and check. Face forward again. Center off your weight. Square the hips as much as possible. As you're ready, if you fold forward, fold forward. Now, if you feel like you need more in this pose, you take your shin more and more parallel to the top of the mat and bring the weight to center again. The less you need, heels more towards groin, okay? Find out what works for you.
Could you take a break?
Could you go play with the Legos?
Okay.
Okay. I'll be there in a little bit. Inviting stillness, some ease, some softness into the body. Inhale, rise up. Step back, downward facing dog. Nothing fancy. If you want to lift your right leg and maybe move the hip in one direction then the other. And then bring the feet down. Left leg sweeps up. Inhale. Left knee forward behind left wrist. So pigeon, other side. Lower the hips, release the back leg straight back from your hip. Find your weight down the center. Maybe you stay lifted. Maybe you fold forward, exhaling. Inhale, rising back up, plant the palms, curl the back toes under, lift the knee, and then left leg back, either down dog or maybe you move through a little hip swirl. And lower the feet down. Good, plank inhale. Downward dog exhale. Gazing forward, step or jump through to seated as you inhale. Legs long out in front of you. Free any flesh you may need to ground your sit bones. Hands next to the hips. So it may feel like this today. A block can be helpful then to sit on. However as close as you can get to long legs, tall spine. Your elbows may bend because we're not pressing down into the hands to get the tall spine. We're using the muscles of our body to get tall, right? And lengthening, drawing breath up and in. Or drawing belly up and in, excuse me. Breath is just moving steady. We don't jam the shoulders down the back and send the ribs out either. Remember, no over-correcting, right? The rib cage or the shoulder girdle settles on top of the rib cage. The rib cage is lifted. The belly is drawing up in it. Thigh bones as close to neutral as possible. Ankles flexed. Good. And then bending the right knee, you're going to take your right knee over your left with the foot outside of your hip. Okay, so a half Gomukhasana. And then with the left hand moving to the outer leg, right arm could reach around, maybe to the floor, or possibly binding to the left inner thigh. Bring the rib cage around, the hips stay square. Lower belly still draws up and in. Inhale, forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Release the right leg. Take your hands to the foot and lift and extend it. That's going to look very different to different people, right? Tall spine, shoulder heads draw back, belly is lifting and drawing in. You could root the top of your thigh bone down into the hip socket, sit tall, and then slowly release. Other side, left knee over right with the foot outside the hip. Then the right hand goes to the leg or the foot. Left arm reaches around, maybe to the floor or bind to the inner thigh. Hips stay square, low belly's drawing up and in. Inhale, forward, release, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Release the left leg, bind the foot with your hands. Inhale, extend. Sit tall, root the top of the thigh bone down into the hip socket. Steady breathing, right leg is still active. Relax the muscles of your face. And lower the leg down to the floor. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. Take your hands behind you, about 12 inches back, fingers face toes. Bend your knees, separate the feet about hip distance. Inhale, lift the hips. Let the gaze look up or back if that's safe for your neck. Pull the low belly up and then ground your feet in your hands. Then possibly press your arm bones to the back of the room, get a little more open. Then lower back down to the floor. Find your sit bones for balance. Bring your legs together. Maybe your hands stay back as you start to lift to the toes and maybe lift the feet. I don't want you to crunch the belly here. There's still an upward and inward activation, that lifting up and in of energy. Okay, we're going towards boat pose. Now, if you need to move to the next, maybe you hands behind the thighs. Working to keep that V shape to the body. All right, another option, hands reach forward. So the arms are parallel to each other and the floor. All right, third option, we straighten the legs. Okay, hold and breathe. Relax your jaw. Then cross your shins, bend your knees, plant your palms down. Maybe you lift just your heels, maybe you lift your bum, maybe you lift everything. Inhale up, exhale back down. Boat pose, Navasana, hold. Shins cross, knees bend, plant the palms, lift something, inhale, lower down, exhale. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Heels press into each other, knees reach out to the right and to the left. Tall spine, that may be it. You stay there today, or maybe there's a block under your bottom. Option to fold in as you exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. You bring your knees together. Exhale, give yourself a squeeze. Cross the shins. Roll forward or jump back if that's in your practice. Maybe you step straight to downward facing dog or move through flow first of chaturanga, up dog, and then downward facing dog. Bringing the knees to the top of the mat, the knees together, sitting on your heels or between them. Those of you that recline back, go ahead and recline back. There's options, blocks, pillows, whatever you need to put underneath to give you a little bit of height. Or maybe you're just not quite to the floor yet between your heels, and a block can be helpful. The knees stay as close together as possible. The tops of the feet are down. All right. Steady breathing. Go ahead and come back up. Breathing in. Take the hands forward. Step your knees back into more of a tabletop position and then right leg back. Press out through the heel. Lift the belly, shoulders forward. So we're not leaning back. We want to lengthen. And then switch. Both knees down. Take the knees under the hips as you stand on the knees. Okay? Hands to the low back. Excuse me. Long tailbone. Hips stay forward, and then we start to lift the ribs, lift the chest away from the hips. Open. Okay, that may be it today. You stay there. If you have, and it was Ustrasana, camel practice, start to lean back and reach the hands to your heels. Not the ankles, the heels. Okay? Now, once you're, and I can't speak when I do it, so I'm just going to tell you first. Once your hands are on the heels, keep your hips above the knees, so hips press a little forward. Lift the chest. You can even ground down into the hands to get more lift from the chest. Okay, so that becomes another down energy point to open, 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 and lift. Come back up. Inhale. Pause there. Exhale. I'm going to do another one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lean back. Good. Breathe. Inhale, back up. Knees and feet together. Sit your hips to your heels or block if you need it. Exhale. Right hand to the belly, left hand to the heart. Now close the eyes. Just breathe. Open the eye. Take your hands forward. Step your feet back. Downward facing dog. From there, come through to seated. Inhale. Lower onto the back. Exhale. 2 back bends. So maybe bridge or upward facing bow if that's in your practice. So choose arms long by your sides, knees bent, or hands under shoulders. Inhale. Lift the hips up into the air. Keeping the legs active as if you're squeezing a block between your thighs and the feet firmly anchored down into the floor. And come down, exhale. Second one, final one. Inhale, lift up. Legs strong. Hips lift. Chest opens. And exhale, lower down. Gently draw the knees together and softly into the chest. Nice and slow. Maybe rock side to side a bit. I like to find a little bit of movement right after the back bends to avoid any gripping or protecting and tightening in the back. And then lower the feet down to the floor, but wide. And knees fall into touch. Take a breath in. The feet are just going to rotate. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the right. So the feet did not come together. They stayed where they were and they just rotated to their sides. If you need more, left arm can go up by your ear. Maybe the right foot hooks the outer left leg. Relax and sort of sink into the shape. Release the foot and the arm down. Bring the knees back to center. Inhale. Drop the knees to the left. Exhale. Stay. Or right arm by the ear. Left foot to the outer right leg.
Wait, my tummy hurts.
Your tummy hurts? Want an oil for your belly? Not right now? Bringing the arm down, release the foot, inhale the knees back to center. And then exhale, draw them into the chest. Press your feet to the ceiling. Arms long by the sides, palms down, Supta Dandasana. Low belly is drawing up and in. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. So everything touching the floor presses down into the floor without causing tension in the jaw and the neck and the shoulders, which is just like a tendency that we all tend to do. From there, take the hands behind your thighs. Exhale all the breath out. As you inhale, lower the legs. Let the weight of your legs lift you up to seated. And then gently forward fold over the legs. Rise up, inhale. Lower onto the back. Exhale, bring the knees back in. Release the left leg long. Keep the right knee hugging. And take the right leg into half happy baby. So hands to the foot. Bend the knee. Draw the knee towards the outer ribs, towards the floor. Right knee back to the chest, squeeze. And then switch. Left knee in. Half happy baby. Left knee back in, squeeze. Release the left leg long. Arms overhead, reach the fingertips back and toes forward. And then exhale, knees into the chest once again. Hold there, inhale, and take your arms out to the T position. As you exhale, drop the knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Back through center and drop the knees to the left, turn your head to the right. Inhale back to center. As you exhale, knees into the chest, begin to rock and roll. And inhale all the way up to seated. Something comfortable, cross-legged. Resting the hands on the knees, once again with the palms face up, just as we started class. Root down into the sit bones, sit tall through the spine. Humble the head gently towards the heart. And take your time, move on to your back for your final resting pose in Shavasana. Legs are long. Feet fall open as the palms face up with long arms. Close the eye. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Opening the mouth, exhale, releasing the Ujjayi breath. Moving into a gentle, natural, steady breath. Easing into the space of stillness, calmness, letting go. As you softly start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Gently draw the legs together and the knees into the chest. Allow the body to roll to the right in fetal position and pause there. Just listening to your breath. Meditation helps us leave our routine for a bit and slow down. We deliberately exhale stress, tension, and fear. Then we inhale light, beauty, peace, and love. We slow our minds and slow our bodies until we reach that quiet place. Meditation can renew us and help us return to our lives refreshed. Meditate. Take time to inhale peace and exhale fear. Then take your meditations back to your life. Walk slowly, stay present for yourself more fully and completely than ever before. You too can turn your life into a walking, waking, deliberate meditation. With the left palm pressing down, gently guide yourself up to seated. The eyes closed and the hands together in front of your heart center. Deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, side out. And thank you all for sharing your practice today and trusting me to guide you. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing in practice today. And as always, being patient with the little distractions, which distractions can be wonderful, right? They kind of show us how quickly our mind is taken away from our breath and our practice, and then how quickly can we bring it back. But again, thank you so much for sharing in practice today. If you would like or are able to donate for practice, I'll put the links in the comments below. On Facebook, there's links up in a pinned post as well. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I will be posting the YouTube channel that I'm putting a lot of these practices on, that you can access with the link. So if you like it, go ahead and subscribe and like, and you'll have more practices available for you. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.